So you've clicked on this video because you want to know 8 hard truths to learn in your 20s. Now listen up, because these are very valuable bits of information. They're the difference between making you disciplined, strong-minded, and giving you that boost to become that 2.0 version of yourself. Now you're probably going to want a pen and paper for this because, yeah, it's pretty good. Hello, welcome back to the Mediocre Mind Trap. My name is Marcus and I'm very glad to have you here. Now you're going to probably want to write down the ones that resonate with you the most, but all of these will really help you if you utilize every single one of them together. So number one, you don't need to change the world around you. You just need to change how you see it. It's very stoic. Now when you start taking a stoic approach, you start to fortify your mind. You start making yourself accountable for your actions and the way you feel. You need to understand that the way you view the world is purely from your perspective. Now I argue that it's been years of people telling you stuff and you believe in them. You have to learn who to believe and who's the right person talking. You might not believe some of the stuff I say on my channel, but it's coming from a good place. And I've done my research and I've lived it. So you know you're getting top quality stuff with me. You want to try and look at the world a bit differently to the mediocre people. The whole point of this YouTube channel is to get us out of mediocrity. Now, if you're blaming yourself and you're blaming your surroundings and you look at the world completely different, it's just a simple flip of your mindset. Like I've said several times on this channel, if it's raining outside, don't get angry. You getting pissed off at the rain is not going to stop the rain. The rain is natural. It will stop when it wants to. So your anger and frustration is only going to bounce back to you and hit you. It's only going to affect you. When you start realizing that, you'll see the world completely different. I suggest picking up the Daily Stoic. Honestly, this will help you so much. This is like a Bible for positivity. I'll put a link down in the description of where you can get it. Number 2, you won't make lasting changes until you forgive your past self. Let me give you a little bit of an example. Me and my mates decided to go on a lad's holiday to Cyprus. 3 of the guys that I went with were working, and I weren't working at the time because I'd just been laid off. I still had a bit of money so I could go. So we get there and 2 of the guys are blowing their money on absolutely everything. We're there for 2 weeks. By the end of the 3rd day, one of them guys had blown all of his money. Now I didn't have much money and he kept asking me to buy him stuff, which I did. Jealous that he had a job and he could get money the next month and I couldn't. One day when he asked me to get, I said, no way, man. I've already bought you some stuff. I don't have any money and you're asking me, and you're the one with a job, man. You should have managed your money a lot better. Little did I know that it would have a big effect on him. For me, I thought it was a little passing argument, but turns out 5 years later, this guy was completely different with me. He never told me what was wrong. He never told me why. And I had no fucking idea why. So I see him in a nightclub one day and I ask him, I feel like there's something wrong. What's the matter? You've always been a bit weird with me ever since Cyprus. And he turns around and said, everyone else was wearing Iron Apple vest and I wasn't, because I had no money and you wouldn't buy one for me. You wouldn't even put in money to help get me one. Now, as soon as he said that, I had grown up a lot. I had had my child. I had completely grown up. And it hit me. I didn't help him out. I had the complete wrong mindset. As soon as that hit me, I started seeing a lot more of how I was back in the day, judging people. Because I used to get a lot of attention from girls and stuff. And if the guys didn't, I'd be like, look at you. And I look back at that person I was, and I'm like, that guy was a dick. That guy was a fucking dick, man. So I went back through so many memories and realized I wasn't the person that I thought I was. I had to forgive that person and say, you were young. You're a completely different person now. Never do that again. So when I've got a mate who's feeling down, when I've got a mate who hasn't got any money, I'll go out of my way to help them in any way that I possibly can. And that is what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say is, don't be caught up with the old you. If you've made mistakes in your life, go back and forgive yourself. Because we don't want to be thinking about the past. Because if we're in the past, how can we possibly go forward into the future? You need to forgive your past and press on with the journey of life. Number 3, and this one really resonated with me. There is someone out in the world who is a lot less qualified than you, living the life that you want, simply because they took action. Now that is very powerful. There's 2 different types of people in the world. There's people that dream inside their head, I'm going to do this one day, I'm going to do that one day. And they never actually do it. They keep it as motivation going forward, but they never act on it. And in the end, all that's going to do is greatly hurt you. You're going to feel depressed and an absolute letdown because you didn't even attempt them dreams. Now there's people that say it and they actually take action. Just like this YouTube channel for me. I wanted to do this a year ago, but I was too afraid. I was coming up with so many different reasons why I shouldn't be doing this. Until I bought a course. They literally turned around and said, press record, see what happens, but do it today. So that's what I did. And you can go back to my very first video of how I stutter and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, these videos are edited, but I do all my edits myself. I do everything myself because I enjoy it. But if you go back to my first video, you'll see the difference. Take action. Because if you don't take action, you'll stay stagnant. The world moves forward. If you pause and hold off, you're going to get washed up. So number 4 is pretty much an extension of that. If you won't start today, you won't start tomorrow either. So I've got a year contract with a gym. That means even if I don't go, I pay monthly. For 6 months, I was paying for that gym and not going. I planned to go. I'd even put my clothes into my bag, ready for it in the morning. Now I make up some excuse not to go. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm feeling a bit tired today. I went to bed late, so I'm going to be tired. I can't do it now. I can't do that. And it's so true. If you don't start today, you won't start tomorrow. You'll be in this constant loop of doing nothing. Number 5, the move you're most scared to make is the one that will change everything for you. Now this is a very hard truth because this is so broad. This could be about anything. You've got to look at it this way, okay? When you're comfortable in life, you will not make movement. Your body is trying to protect you and keep you comfortable. We truly find who we are in moments of diversity and struggle. We find our true ego when we're scared. Now this could be moving to a different place like Thailand, America, New Zealand, Australia. This could be never setting foot inside a gym, but taking that big jump to do it. And it could greatly benefit your life in 1 to 2 months. You could meet a girl in the gym and it changes you. Speaking of girls, you could be scared to go and approach a girl, but when you do, she ends up being your wife. Multiple job offers and you go in there scared, which activates the ability to fight or flight. You want to show them why they want to employ you. The most beneficial things come from being a little scared. Like, you don't think I was scared every time I upload a YouTube video. I'm petrified every time I press that button because I've got a personal brand. Now, if I say something that might offend millions of people, I've got to deal with that face value. I'm not hiding behind a faceless YouTube. You're getting me as a person, and that's terrifying. But it's also rewarding. It's almost therapeutic telling you this sort of stuff, and I really enjoy it now. But when you're scared about making a big movement, trust me, just go for it, because you'll thank yourself on the other side. Think of it like jumping out of a plane. So many people are petrified of jumping out of a plane, right? But every single person I've ever known who's jumped out of a plane has said it's the most incredible feeling they've ever had in their life. But you can only imagine how petrified you'd be before you jump. Think about it that way. Number 6, social media is a tool to distract yourself from a life you don't enjoy. That's probably why you're addicted to it. Now it's pretty simple. You may hate your life. You come home from working a boring shift, you're 9 to 5. You sit there and you're watching your friends on the beach having so much fun, but you're literally in your bedroom, miserable, and you're watching them have fake fun. They're not enjoying it if they've got their phone up. That means that they're hiding behind their phone, recording it. If you truly enjoyed it, that wouldn't even be a thing you'd think of. You countlessly scroll at funny dog videos, funny cat videos, to get a dopamine hit, to laugh, to make yourself feel good because your life's so boring at the minute. Like I've said a million times, you can go on social media and just filter what you're doing. Follow some motivational people, and you do just want to sit down and have a couple of minutes, that you actually scroll past some inspirational stuff that might even change you. Like, one of these hard truths might actually change your complete narrative, your complete mindset. Just one. That's all it takes. Do that and you'll start coming off social media gradually. 7, if you really wanted it, you'd make time for it. Again, that goes without saying. If you truly want something in life, maybe it's to make more money, right? You don't go out and just spend your paycheck every time. If you truly wanted it, you would try and find ways instantly. You wouldn't beat around the bush. You'd get shit done. If you're making excuses, you don't want it hard enough. If you're not going to the gym, or you're going to go later and then you end up not going, you don't want that body. You want to stay how you are. And you could argue, oh, I can't be bothered. Yeah, you can't be bothered. That means you do not want it enough. You don't want to live in a better place because you're not doing the things that you need to do. You're not taking it seriously. You're just listening to what I'm saying right now, and then you're going to go scroll through your phone 10 minutes later. If you want a good body, pause this video and do 10 push-ups. If you didn't pause this video and do 10 push-ups, You don't want a better body. See? I've got you there, haven't I? So moving on. Number 8. Being selfish isn't a bad thing. Fill your own cup before filling anyone else's. Now, I've made so many mistakes like this. I've helped other people before myself. And all I end up doing is getting screwed over. Prime example, I'm in my overdraft. Overdraft meaning that you've got zero in the bank and you can go under zero. So you can go in the minuses. So you can go minus 100, minus 200, right? I'm minus 800 and my girlfriend needed to borrow £10. The more you go into the overdraft, the more you fuck yourself financially, okay? What's £10 if I'm already £800 in? It doesn't matter about that. It's about the principle of what I was willing to do. I gave my girlfriend that £10. I filled her cup before filling mine. Now, there's so many examples like this. Sometimes you have to be selfish. Sometimes you have to say no. You have to take care of number one first. If you take care of number one first, you can take care of other people better. You need to be successful to then show others how to be successful. It's that simple. Don't go above and beyond for people who aren't going to go above and beyond for you. My best friend Pete, he's a mechanic. I feel so bad when something goes wrong with my car and I ask him to help me. And he'll say yes. But at least I've got that consciousness inside me that tells me to be mindful. So sometimes when things actually happen with my car, I don't tell him. Because I know that he's come home from a long day of work, working with cars. And I'm going to go over there and he has to work on my car. No. So there's an example, knowing this and actually using it to help other people as well. So they were the 8 hard truths that you need to learn immediately. You put them all together, it's almost like Thanos with his infinity gauntlet. You have each of them on your finger, you've got the power for success. Okay? So I hope this video has given you at least a tiny bit of information. If I've helped you out or broadened your mind, please comment, because I need to know if it's worth doing. So take care, my Stoic Vikings. Have a great day. Peace out.